Australia, and welcome to Call and Win. I'm your host, Summer, and we've got a great game for you this evening. In fact, it's a new game and one of your favorites. Okay, find the word. Okay, so these are the rules. This is how we play the game. You call me and you give me a word with A as the second letter and E as the last letter. Now, the only rules are it's got to be a noun, an adjective. It can't be a name. So it can't be a boy's name, a girl's name, the name of a geographical location, and it can't be your pet's name, unfortunately. So just give me a different word. It can't be a name. Now, when we go through, it gets harder and harder. So you call and you give me letters, but when we use a letter up here, we can't repeat the same letter on the top line. When we use a letter on the second line, we can't repeat the letters on the second line. So there's no repeating letters. That's a very important factor. So pay attention very carefully to the words as they go along, because it gets harder and harder as we go. So if you can think of a word, of a noun, an adjective, any word that has A and E. So A is the second letter and E is the last letter, a four-letter word. Give me a call, let me know what you think the word could be, and you'll win $50. Okay, we're starting off with $50 this evening to find the word. So you've got to find a four-letter word. There's lots of space on the board, so we're going to find a lot of words this evening, but it's not going to be easy. It's going to get more difficult as we go. So if you can think of a four-letter word, give me a call. Speak to me live here at the Call and Win studio and let me know what your word is. Hello, welcome.
Hi, Sommer.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. What's your four-letter word?
Cake.
Cake. Yes, so C-A-K-E, cake? Yes. Okay, wonderful. That's good. Perfect. You won $50. Congratulations. $50 is coming your way. Congratulations. Okay, cake. I'll make sure that C is clearer. Okay, so just to explain the rules for you at home, so it's very, very clear. Okay, we've had C and we've had K. So C cannot be repeated on this line. Very important. K can't be repeated on this line. Very important. So pay attention to me during the show, guys. I'm going to be explaining the rules, and if you follow the rules, no names as well. So no geographical names, no animal names, no boys, no girls' names, no slangs. We've played this game before and we had a bit of a made-up word. They can only be nouns or adjectives and words that are in the dictionary. So if you can think of another four-letter word with A as the second letter and E as the final letter, give me a call and let me know what that is. Okay, so we had cake. So be very careful when you call, because K cannot be repeated again on this line. C can't be repeated again on the top line. So it's very important. It will get more difficult as the game continues, because we'll start to run out of letters to use. So this is the easier part now. Well, it's not easy. You still have to think about what word you can call and give. But as we go on, it's going to get a little bit more difficult. All right, guys. So $50 now. Who can find a four-letter word? So four-letter word with A as the second letter and E is the final letter. So four-letter word, making sure, very important, that it's not a name. So it can't be a boy's name, a girl's name. Can't be the name. Oh, hello, welcome.
The four-letter word, making sure, very important.
Hello, welcome.
It's not a name.
Hi.
Hi, can you make sure that you speak to the phone, and the TV should be down when you call as well, please? So can you tell me the four-letter word?
Lane, L-A-N-E.
Lane, nice one. $50 to you. Perfect. That's a good one. Lane. All right, so let's keep continuing. So far we've had cake and we've had lane. Now, very important, L and C should not be repeated on this line. N and K should not be repeated again. So pay attention. Don't repeat the letters that are in the same line. So for example, you can in fact still use C and L in this line, and you can use K and N in the top line. Just don't repeat letters in the same line. And no names. That's a very important factor as well. We're not accepting names, so no boys' names, no girls' names, and no geographical names. So no names of places and no pet names. We're looking for nouns and adjectives. And even a verb. Hello, welcome.
Hi.
Hi, what is your 4-letter word?
Mace. M-A-C-E.
Mace. M-A-C-E. Yeah, she spelt it M-A-C-E, mace. Very good, that is correct. That is very good for $50. Congratulations, $50 comes your way. We're getting some interesting words. Mace, that's a good one, and lane. All right, guys, we've had cake, lane, and mace. So you know the rules. So as you can see, C can be repeated on this line. It just can't be repeated on the top line. So don't repeat letters that are on the same line. A very important rule to this game. Also, no names. Don't forget no names. Last time I think we had Jake. No boys' names, no girls' names, no place names like geographical locations, and no pet names. So we just need some verbs, adjectives, or a noun. So we've had cake, we've had lane, we've had mace. So can you think of another 4-letter word? Find a 4-letter word. A is the second letter, E is the last letter. 4-letter word. Okay, give me a call and let me know what your 4-letter word is. I look forward to hearing from you. So be very careful when you're playing now. See, as we continue along the board and we fill the board up with more and more words, it's going to get a little bit more harder because we'll start to run out of letters. So it's good to get in now. Give me a call now and tell me early on what your 4-letter word is. And for $50, all right, so let's have a look. Don't repeat C, L, or M on this line. Very important factor. You can only use each letter per line once. So each letter can only be used per line one time only. Okay, so K and C. Don't repeat K, N, and C on this line either. So you have to think of a different 4-letter word with different letters, making sure that A is the second letter and E is the final letter. A 4-letter word. For $50, who can tell me the next 4-letter word? I'm looking forward to hearing from you. We're still at the easier part of the game. As we do progress and get further and further along the board, it will get harder and harder. So keep that in mind. If you can think of your 4-letter word, you better give a call now. You don't want the letters to be taken by someone else. Okay, guys, a 4-letter word with A as the second letter and E is the final letter. So 4-letter word with A and E. The only thing you can't do is repeat letters that are on the same line. So you can't have C, L, or M on the top line now because we've already had those. And you can't have K, N, and C on the third line. Really important to remember. We're also not taking any names. So no names, boys' names, girls' names, geographical locations, and pet names. So just give me a different word, a noun, an adjective, a verb. 4 letters. So 4 letters only. A is the second letter, E is the final letter. Give me a call, $50 for our next contestant who can tell me the next 4-letter word. I'm looking forward to hearing what you can find. As we get further and further along, the letters will start to run out. So very important that you listen to me during this game because we can't repeat letters. It's very, very important factor. It's one of the rules of the game. One of the only rules of the game. So if you follow the rules, then everything will be just fine. And $50 will be yours. So I'm looking forward to hearing what your 4-letter word is. So give me a call and tell me what the 4-letter word is. So we've had cake, we've had lane, and we've had mace. Mace, that's an interesting word, that's for sure. But can you think of a different 4-letter word? It's got to have A as the second letter and E is the final letter. Very important. For $50. Find the 4-letter word. Let's have a look. Don't repeat C, L, or M. You can't repeat the letters. That's a very important factor. Don't repeat K, N, and C. You need to have different letters per line. So see how C, that rhymes. See how C has been repeated here because it's not on the same line. So you can repeat letters as long as they're not on the same line. You just have to make sure that letters aren't repeated on the top line or the third line. Okay, guys, I've got some 4-letter words here. Look, there's a lot of space on the board. Who's going to be next now? Who's going to call me and tell me their 4-letter word? Second letter A, final.